No.
Daniel Greco.
What are you doing, Nathaniel? We didn't talk about this.
It's just on mine. Don't worry about it.
Special guest with expert
Oh, God.
Helping
You'll all
your
be good.
business with care. Rev those engines
Yeah.
and shift the
Check the
gears.
LinkedIn.
Learn the ropes and
All
face
right.
no
LinkedIn's
fear.
up.
Oh, you're on LinkedIn, huh?
Sharp and smart.
Okay.
Nathan knows wisdom, all will chart. Every episode
Oh,
is
my
something
God.
new. Tune in quick, we'll guide you through. It's the Primetime Clubhouse
Oh,
show.
he's live. Let's go.
Where brilliance and fun
See what we got.
always grow. Get your notebooks,
I'm looking at live. Join us now in Clubhouse.
the Primetime Marketing Room.
And a TV screen that's got some white noise on it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Look at that.
Brian's insights
Bingo.
are sharp and smart. Nathan knows wisdom, all will chart. Every episode, it's something new. Tune in
Oh,
quick, we'll guide you
he's gonna do-
through.
Oh, I can hear it.
Yeah.
It's the Primetime Clubhouse show, where brilliance and fun always grow. Get your notebooks, get set to zoom in the Primetime Marketing Room. Whoa. Marketing Room. It's the Primetime Clubhouse show, where brilliance and fun always grow. Get your notebooks, get set to zoom in the Primetime Marketing Room.
You know, it's just in the background, everybody. No biggie. Just working on a few things here. Well, I'm trying to get into the actual group. What? You want to put us up there while we're figuring this out still? Just the static.
Gather round, it's prime time, let's all meet.
You too.
Nathan, Mel, and Brian bring the
Oh,
heat.
God, here it is.
Talking strategies for the other scene with tips and guests to make you keen. In the clubhouse where ideas flow,
Wow.
from engine talk to the sales glow. Tune in weekly.
You guys get
don't miss
Tiesto
the
to
ride.
produce that for you, or-
Marketing secrets they won't hide. It's
What
the
other-
Primetime Clubhouse show.
Whatever
Where
other
brilliance
stuff we
and
got.
fun always grow. Get your notebooks, get set to zoom in the Primetime Marketing Room. Special guest with expert flair, helping your business with care. Rev those engines and shift the gears. Learn the ropes and face no fears. Brian's insights are sharp and smart. Nathan knows wisdom, all will chart. Every episode it's something new. Tune in quick, we'll guide you through. It's the Primetime Clubhouse show. Tune in quick, we'll guide you through. It's the Primetime Clubhouse show. Get set to zoom. Tune in quick, we'll guide you through. It's the Primetime Clubhouse show. Get set to zoom. Tune in quick, we'll guide you through. It's the Primetime Clubhouse show. Get set to zoom. Tune in quick, we'll guide you through. It's the Primetime Clubhouse show. Get set to zoom. Tune in quick, we'll guide you through. It's the Primetime Clubhouse show. Every episode show.
Two, one, what is going on? There's too much going on. That's what's going on at the moment.
It's
It's episode 000, everybody.
Welcome to Prime
Don't go.
Time, episode 000. This is a podcast for, anyone making content on the industry, right? At this point,
From engine talk to the sales
It's
floor.
every.
It's everybody.
Everybody
Everybody should be
making
making content.
Exactly.
started. But specifically, Brian and I have been in the industry. Well, he's been in longer than I have, but we've seen it. We've been in long enough to understand that there are people out there, content creators inside the dealerships. There are owners and dealer principals and general managers that have questions about social media. How do I get my social media on point? How do I get my social media to the next level? And that's what we are doing with this podcast. We're going to be bringing one hot takes, because this is a clubhouse room as well. So you'll be able to hear people that are in our clubhouse as well as live on the podcast. And if you're listening to the podcast on Spotify or Apple, feel free to meet up with us on Mondays, every other Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, except for today because today was 9:30. Hey, we're here, we're in it, and yeah, we literally have no idea what we're doing, but we're starting something.
What's happening is we're trying to create something that wanting, and I'm sure everybody's getting questions. What do we do with this video thing? And Nathaniel and I, like you said, we've been in it for a while, and we've had some successes, but we had more failures, and we just want you to know that you're going to fail. Not every video is going to hit, and are you going to be able to trace sales back to it? Well, we'll bring Jordan Cox on here one of these days, and he could talk about that.
So in saying that, Brian, just let me jump in for a second. You're teaching us to fail forward, because that's what we have to do to increase our visibility, correct?
100%. So am I still hearing the music? Is it still on?
I bet you it's still going on because I forgot to turn it on.
Kill the music.
Kill the music. Music's killed, everybody. Sorry, my bad. Thank you for letting me know. Brian, you are not coming through the live stream. You're actually coming through the clubhouse room at the moment.
Oh, no. Okay. Let me see what happened there. So go ahead, Nathaniel. Talk live. I wonder what happened to Mike.
No, yeah. So for those that are hopping on, really, this is a podcast that we're starting. This is episode 000. This is literally the first thing. But we want to take people's comments. We want to take people's questions. We want to dive into this thing called social media in the automotive realm, because one, we're more than Lee Special. We are working towards showcasing the amazing dealerships around the nation, around anywhere, to be honest, that are really like crushing it. The content creators that are really going above and beyond to make social media cool in the automotive realm, specifically dealerships, because as everybody knows, is that we love to be behind in the times. We just love to. And social media has been one of these things that really has kind of started to grow, and there's a lot more individuals that are making this content in the dealerships that have no clue, what should I be doing? How do I do this? How do I do that? Right? And that's why we started the Automotive Creative Collective. And if you're not in that group, make sure you join. We want to see your videos. We want you to ask the questions so that we can help you in any way that we can. So I guess we should probably start with who we are, Brian. so episode 000.
Why don't you talk about what prime time actually stands for?
Why don't you talk about prime time and what it actually stands for, Brian?
All right.
So
no, you want me to do it? I'll fine. Let's do it.
I got it.
Can you hear me?
I'm so
Yeah, I can hear
but
you.
I'm like
You're good.
delayed.
You're in.
Who's
talking?
talking? All right. So
what
prime time actually means is it's a acrostic for it. The P stands for personal. Is your content personal? Is it ours for relatable or relevant? It can go both ways. I is for informational. Are you skewing some information about the dealership, about the cars, about the people? And is your content memorable? It's got to be memorable. And E stands for entertaining, or is it engaging? Can people relate to it? It's pretty intense.
Right. I mean, and that's kind of why we're creating this, because gone are the days where you had followers that just followed you, right? Like they would see all your content, they would see everything that you posted. I remember, and again, I've only been in this industry 7 years, right? And when I first started making the content on Facebook, everybody saw all of the posts we did, and I would consistently get like 100,000 impressions per post because Facebook just wanted to push it out. And now with all of the new features that are coming out, like on Instagram, I feel like there's a new feature every single week for the past 2 months. Every time Instagram comes out with something new, right? Like that's why you have someone that's in your dealership. But it takes that person to be on top of everything.
Yeah, and if you guys are watching, right, a lot of the things we're going to be talking about is from Gary Vaynerchuk's Day Trading Attention, because that's basically what you're doing. You are trying to garner people's attention. And quick quote from there: all platforms are to what Nathaniel said. All platforms are headed into the direction of showing content to users based on what they're interested rather than who they're following. Right. So the algorithm is going to serve you things that you're interested in, not just who you're following. That's why they're always telling you, make sure you tap the like, make sure you tag somebody, make sure you put the bell on, right? Because the algorithm is not going to show you anything unless you're interested in it.
And you know what the crazy part is, like, just to talk about that real quick, is that there's a hierarchy now, right? It used to be like, yo, like my stuff. Now it's make sure you share, comment, save it, because those are the top 3 things, and watch it all the way through. Like, those are the 4 metrics now that like really matter, right? And unless you're doing this every day, unless you're looking at those metrics and trying to strive for higher metrics like that, you're not going to know. You're still going to think that followers matter. And we might actually we might start losing followers because just the way that everything's going. You know, if they're not active on your profile, they might be. I just saw something that Instagram just changed their algorithm to a more content-based approach, just like they have been, you know, with Reels. But now the piece of content is the variable. What you're making is the variable. It's not going to matter what you post when you post. It matters who that's for. And when is that person on, and when is that going to be served to them? So, man, I'm so psyched for this podcast. I'm so excited to find these dealerships across the nation that are doing things well, because there's so many that I already have in my phone, in my notes, ready to go.
Yeah, and you got to remember that, I mean, Nathaniel's group, the Mohawk group, is an anomaly, all right? So if you take that,
my name is Nathaniel Greklick. I'm the corporate brand manager for Mohawk Auto Group, basically overseeing social media and marketing there, along with the team, Grace and Ben. And we have some amazing vendors that help us get with our marketing game, but we are solely focused on creating great content for our local, apparently nationally, but specifically it was to get the locals to know who Mohawk Auto Group is, and that was to make content that was relevant to them, to know who they're actually going to come in and see when they decide, hey, I'm looking for a vehicle. And now over to Brian.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We assume that you know us, and maybe some of you don't.
We should not do that.
Yeah. No, we shouldn't do that. I'm Brian Ortega, not the MMA fighter. I'm the creative director at Valley Heights Toyota and now Valley High Kia in the beautiful city of Victorville, California. On your way to Vegas from LA. That's how we talk about it. So, I've been doing this for about 11 years. I was just hired to take photos of cars, and it evolved. But early onset, from the days of Periscope, you know, when Facebook Live was coming out, I was always talking about video. We need to get people on the screen talking about cars, whether it's us in-house or customers. the thing is video. People want to see video. They'll read, but they want to look and see what's going on and who you're talking about. So that's why we created this. That's what we want you to know about. We want you to know that it is possible to do well with video in your dealerships. And no question is stupid. I mean, we don't know all the answers. Obviously, we're having issues with putting this on, but like Jason said, I mean, I don't think we're faking it though. I think we're just taking it one day at a time, one stream at a time, and we're glad you guys are on board.
So, we're still working on this Clubhouse thing as well. By the way,
hold on. We got Peter asking a question? Can you guys hear on the live stream? Go ahead, Peter.
Hold on, wait. Here we go.
Wait.
Brian, you're one of the innovators of this industry.
Go ahead, Peter.
What was it? Can you hear me?
Okay. I can hear you from the Clubhouse.
Okay. So
no, you can definitely hear him on the podcast. No, yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
I hear him on YouTube or whatever I'm watching on.
Okay. So since you're one of the innovators of this industry in social media, what was it like to film on 8mm film?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Man, shots fired.
Yeah, that's I love it though. Great point, Peter. I am one of the older ones in this industry in terms of producing content. I will be 48 next month, and I actually did go to film school, and we did cut on film and VHS tape. So the thing is, Peter, from what you will get and what Nathaniel and I will harp on all the time is story. Is your content telling a story? Is it going to keep people engaged? Are you going to entertain them? And just go through the prime list. But yeah, I didn't cut on Super 8. I think it was 16mm when I started. And then here's another fun fact. I remember cutting on Adobe After Effects in 320 by 240, and it was so small, but we loved it. We loved creating content even back then.
This is the reason for the question was you and I have been doing our careers for quite some time. I'm approaching the number 6, and with that, we've gone through so much technology changes that we've adapted, and anybody can adapt in this industry, whether they say they can or they can't, and that was the meaning of the question.
Yeah, I love the shots fired, and it's so true, Peter. I mean, whether you want to or not, you're going to have to adapt to whatever's next. I mean, you can look at Gary Vaynerchuk's predictions from years ago, and he could kind of tell where this industry was going, and he even predicted what was going to happen with TikTok. And I mean, we're at that age where, like, I'm not doing that. I'm not dancing. That what we thought all the kids were doing. And I mean, you could put your cars on TikTok and sell them from there. So yes, you must adapt when you're in this industry for sure.
All right, so I'm still working on everything.
DJ Nate's over there scratching.
I'm like, I got all the things going on here. Well, there's double because I have the Clubhouse coming into the feed, but when Brian starts talking, there's a double Brian, there's a double Nate, there's like a double everything because the show is coming in. So the show's coming in and going out at the same time. We'll figure it out, but.
Adapt. We'll adapt.
We're definitely adapting. So Brian can actually hear them. So you just have to let me know when someone's talking so I can unmute, because I don't think I can hear them.
Okay.
So that's kind of where.
And that's something we can fix.
That's kind of where we're at right now. That's kind of what we're doing. But yeah. So this is it. This is prime time automotive, where we come and we're going to talk all the cool stuff, all the cool things, because everything's a commodity except for brand. And we want to help.
Yeah, and you guys will be along for the ride because I mean, we've seen so many good, polished productions, and you think, I can't do that. Well, we're in this industry, and obviously we're having issues with it. So come join us for prime time every other Mondays. And like I said, we'll get in, get out, get you back to watching the game. If your team's is not going to make the playoffs or anything, yeah, come join the fun.
Jefferville, always on the comment game.
Oh, there's comments?
Yeah, so I mean, we were all talking about how we need like 4 screens up. Well, I'm just going through all of the screens. I'm going through all the tabs. So we're live in the Automotive Creative Collectives group, which is a group specifically if you are a content creator at a dealership or an owner or a general manager that's interested in this. We're kind of building that community. This is going to be the free-form podcast that kind of embraces all of this stuff and kind of talks about it. I mean, we're going to talk about gear. We're going to talk about the latest algos, and we're going to have some jargon that people are going to be like, what is that? And we're going to talk it out. So we really, honestly, we want all the questions we can get. We want to make sure that this is a podcast that's valuable for you. Listen, I think I could probably do like some phone calls if people want to call in. Like, we'll figure it out.
Oh God, dude. Yeah.
We'll figure this out.
Yeah.
We're gonna figure this out.
We'll figure it out.
Brian's like, I can't believe I wanted to do this with this kid. This kid is.
Yeah. Whatever. So on that note, Nathaniel, I think a couple of guys, and we'll finish up right here, but I think a couple of guys on the clubhouse room want to say something, and then we'll close out with that.
Sure. And if you want to, we can keep the clubhouse open and then just cut the stream and make that the pod, and then we'll go over to clubhouse. All right, let me turn on clubhouse.
He doesn't have two young ones at home that he needs to take care of, but whatever. They're asleep already, right?
Yeah, it's 9:48. I have 2 kids, for anyone who's wondering, and they're both sleeping at the moment. Well, hopefully the 3-month-old is sleeping, but I think
she 3 months.
I think she's sleeping. # girl dad. All right, to the clubhouse.
Oh, girl dad, me too. That's awesome.
You got something to say, Jace?
Jason,
no?
Yeah, girl.
All right, we'll close this up. Thanks for tuning in for episode 000. And this is for antiquity. All right, there you go.
All right, everybody. Until next time.
Yeah, why don't you play that Suno music and we'll tune out.
And hit it.
Oh, I know, just as Lou comes through. All right, did you cut it? Is it still going? Come join the fun.
From engine talk to the sales close.
The comment game.
Oh, there's comments?